Welcome to Adventures from the Shed Roadshow here at Card Universe. We're going to go on to part 2 of our D&D starter set with the folks at Card Universe here. We're going to go around the table and say hi, and we'll start with this guy right here.
Captain Joe, reporting for duty.
What character are you playing, Joe?
Wolflin, the owl archerist.
Cool. How about you?
Archerist. So hello, welcome back. It's Devin, who plays Baracus, the
Chocolate addicted dwarf.
chocolate-addicted halfling.
Sorry.
Who needs to get out, apparently.
Nice.
Sorry.
Half out.
All right.
Oh, and I'm Joey. Thank you for tuning back in. I am playing Delric Stone Shaper, and he is just barely too old for this shit.
And I am Joe. I am the Dungeon Master as we continue this D&D starter set. This is the 2024 starter set. We want to do a quick recap of what happened last time. Who wants to get us started with that?
Not me. Hold on.
Not him.
Hello.
Literally saved by the wife. Love it.
All right. So get us started, Devin.
mean-
What do you remember?
So
the
from what I
characters
remember-
got
so
together.
Characters, we all, of course, announced ourselves. We
Mhm.
introduced ourselves. Gave our backgrounds. From there, the story started with us. I guess it was an island we pulled up to.
Yeah.
could
You
say.
guys are on
Pulled
a
up to an
boat and
island,
turned
but,
up to the
we were dropped off.
Stormwreck Isle.
Stormwreck Isle.
Right.
We were dropped off and essentially immediately almost spawn killed. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
you could say.
Yeah.
By 3 waterlogged zombies, we could say, I guess.
Yes. Gurglesies.
And gurglesies, I like it. One of them definitely had the gurglesies for a little bit. From there, we engaged in combat,
Sorry.
where we learned that we have a spectral owl that can ride on darts of speed.
That's a real owl.
Not ride on them. Propel them.
Yeah.
Propel them direct,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow courier.
Yes.
As we have learned, he is actually not too old for this shit. He was good there for us, and I like to lasso zombies.
Nice. That's a
You're
good
good at it.
point. Yeah, we
You're good
threw that rope around the zombie to restrain him to finish him off. Anything you want to add to that, Joey?
No, other than we defeated the zombies and we
Yeah.
went to the cloister of
We're being surrounded, right?
Yeah.
yeah, we're being
Yeah.
surrounded by
So that's where we're going to pick up. I'm going to reread our narrative text. So your arrival quickly draws the attention of the entire population of the place, which consists mostly of kobolds. These small reptilian folk eye you curiously while a couple of humans watch from a distance. All the cloister's residents are dressed in simple clothes and no one carries a visible weapon. One of the kobolds pipes up with, "What's your name?" At that, the kobolds begin barraging you with questions. "Where are you from? What's that? Oh, is that a sword? Oh, where'd you come from?" And it's just a whole lot of yap, 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 yap.
Loud noises.
Yeah, kobold chihuahua.
Ooh,
So yeah, they're all like,
spicy. Spicy, I like it.
but they're friendly. They don't have big dog syndrome. So, you guys, hey, what's that? What kind of armor is that? That's so cool.
I put a hand in front of one of them and I go, one at a time, my friends.
Which one? Can we all go? How about me?
We need answers to some of our questions.
Oh, so just as you're mentioning that, the chattering kobolds fall silent as a new figure comes into view, descending gracefully. I can't say gracefully,
It's still graceful.
from the upper part of the cloister. She's an
Gracefully failed.
elderly human with weathered brown skin, white hair in tight braids, and kindly hazel eyes, dressed in a simple white robe. She smiles as she draws near and extends her arms in greeting. "Welcome to Dragon's Rest," she says. "May Bahamut's guidance lead you to whatever you seek." You can surmise at this point it's Elder Runara.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of your characters have things that you might want to talk to her about. So I will let you talk while I look, because I got to read too. So go ahead. Who wants to talk to
I have not
Runara?
found anything in mine on her, honestly.
I don't know.
Was there something that said go here for something? Is it?
Fortunately, never one ever been fair, but never the richest, high-ranking member of the Golden Gallows. who turned traitor, killed their partner, and fled with the sovereign's ransom and treasures. Thanks to details you picked up here and that collaborate with the story you received, you were certain it's more than just a rumor. So skip down. But recently you learned the remote island cloister called Dragon's Rest holds the temple of dragon god Bahamut, who is a patron of heroes and a champion of justice. There's also a community of hermits who live there now and perfect place to hide someone wishing to escape their past. If that treasure's there, we will find it.
Okay.
So I'm here for treasure.
So
And do you know where I can get treasure?
I mean, I guess, yeah, we could definitely, I mean,
Does yours say anything about her?
Not specifically, but just
So
that,
for me, it says Elder Runara can help you determine exactly what your heroic destiny is and set you
Mhm.
on the right path to fulfill it so you can become the hero you know you're meant to be.
So for some reason, you could probably decide that you know who she is. So maybe you heard about her from somewhere.
it could be, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, at this point, it's obvious that she's the leader of the place. She's in
Mhm.
charge. Everybody is deferred to her. The kobolds all shut up when she showed up, and she presents herself very
it's kind of funny is when you
authoritatively.
said that and you announced yourself, you said, may you all find what you need.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you heard me, but under my breath, I said, I'm here for treasure.
Okay.
And that kind of was
Yeah.
right in the role.
You
So
knew.
that was exactly
Well, so if you think about it too, like me and you both know that there's a temple here.
correct.
So we should probably ask her about the temple.
Probably. And what was said temple?
The cloister holds a temple to the dragon god. So we need to find out what's up with this dragon god and why is he in the temple, or is maybe he's guarding the treasure? I don't know.
This could be.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
So who wants?
Where's the temple now?
I'll hold out my holy symbol.
Okay.
Go walk with Morthammer. My name is Delric, and I think you might be able to help us.
And we'll look at the because I gotta look at the cleric one because you're the cleric. Yes. So I can indeed help you. You've been having terrible dreams, haven't you?
How do you know?
Well, it's clear. Perhaps I'm no expert in interpreting those dreams, but perhaps the zombies you faced on the beach were a matter of the hunger of death. Perhaps there's something else to be found. There's said to be a cursed shipwreck nearby, and maybe that could help you determine the cause of your dreams.
You have reason to believe that this shipwreck might be the cause of some of the shadow upon this island?
It is definitely a shadow that should be dealt with, yes.
Hmm.
There's death there.
Have they been aggressive toward you? Has there been death here
They have not come this far. This area is protected
by you?
by us collectively.
Is
Right.
the shipwreck close to the temple? Or is it guarding treasure?
Well, first off, the temple to Bahamut, you can see. The temple is here.
In the area that's protected?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
see if I can find a map quick because I know I showed you quickly last time,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah, but that
also
was weeks
yeah.
ago, weeks.
So this map here of Dragon's Rest. All right. So I'm going to kind of give you. You guys started down here at the beach. You went up here, and this is kind of where right up here. Sorry, this is where you've got what's her face? You're just yapping
Gotcha.
with her. This is the temple. You can see the temple from down here. It was part of the description from a month ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, the temple's up here, and then there's other stuff as well. So there's a couple of things we can do. We can kind of explore here, but in the interest of time, I think we should just head off on whatever the first quest is.
Gotcha.
And that first quest, if we like, we can just go right to the shipwreck or
My question was gonna be, where is that shipwreck? I
Mhm.
presume the zombies came from said shipwreck?
in general, any shipwreck that happens off of this island can result, because of the curses, can result in the dead coming to life.
Understood. Understood.
You
And-
believe it to be the work of an evil god.
There is, let me see if she does.
Gee, question I never would have thought.
Cleric.
And,
Not directly, however, sailors and those who visit feel it's a curse. So if it is indeed a curse, it must come from somewhere Evil, yes,
Good enough for me.
yes.
Hmm.
Is there a known treasure with any of these shipwrecks?
So she addresses Baracus directly. There may be treasure on the ship, but when you return, the treasure you seek may be found with our gardener.
Question mark?
Yeah, there's history there.
Okay.
Before we
Yeah.
go to the shipwreck,
Yep.
may we rest and regain our composure. We had a
Yeah.
trying visit already.
Yeah.
I have a question.
So you're welcome to take your time. Rest wherever you like. There's plenty of spaces. The kobolds, because they're so excited about the new adventurer visitors, they would even let you sleep in their little hovels if you wanted. You could just sleep out in the open. You probably have a bedroll, whatever you'd like to do. But you're in a safe place.
Okay.
What's your question, Jeff?
I feel like I know you from my dream.
Let's see. So I'm reading the fighter one quick. So destiny, your destiny. All right. So she says to you, when contemplating your destiny, you should consider perhaps how your reaction to the undead on the beach might be part of your destiny. Are you destined to fight undead, perhaps? And she kind of
Destined-
leaves it lingering there.
Destined to protect this island from the curse. Unless we can solve it.
Dun, dun.
Unless we can
We're
fix it.
destined to break the curse.
Mm-hmm. I like that better. Cool.
So we'll go ahead, just an easy answer. Yeah, go ahead and take a long rest. Any hit points that you had down, you get back. Any spells you expended, go ahead and get them back.
Did I take? I don't think I took any hit points.
Yeah, I'm
Nope.
not sure if you did.
I was far as hell away from
Yeah,
that.
neither of you
so
did.
I'm good.
Yeah, you had your Moradin worshipping dwarf cleric charge in for you and took care of everything. Well, you guys dispatched them. I mean,
Yeah, they
with
killed
the
two of
guiding
them.
light and
Yeah.
other stuff. Yeah.
The owl did more work than I did, but yeah.
You guys are a team. You guys are a
Yeah,
team.
Well, the good part about that is it's only because you said so.
That's true,
In D&D rules, your owl didn't do a damn thing.
Point-
You said
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wondering at what point in time I get like a holster for your shoulder,
Nice.
sit on, or,
Yeah.
or like a backpack I get to ride in.
I like the holster idea, like somebody would draw your owl out of the holster.
You draw a dual daggered halfling to throw at somebody.
How long until you're riding on the owl?
Ooh.
So we're going to go to, again, in the interest of time to move forward with it, we're going to go to the cursed shipwreck. Now, in the time that you rest and you hang around for a little bit, you are told that the name of the ship that is wrecked is the Compass Rose, is the name of it. So compass as in north, south, east, west, and then rose as in the flower. And let's see, where was the other one?
You're writing a whole lot down, and I'm not writing nothing down, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
No, I'm just taking notes
Yeah.
of like proper nouns and stuff. So if we forget, we can remember.
Yeah, it definitely helped. Yeah. Because
So that you don't have to.
um
I'm just sitting there like,
All you got to do is be ready to roll the dice.
okay, so while you are there, one of the kobolds who was harassing you guys is still kind of hanging around while you wake up. And when
watching
he
us
hears,
while we sleep.
yeah, he's probably just
Yeah.
staring at. Are you awake?
Jesus
you awake?
Christ, my
Are you
owl was
awake?
like, what this guy?
But Rix, he tells you that he and one of the humans there saw the Compass Rose crash and sink with no survivors just a few days ago. It abruptly veered off course and crashed into the rocks next to the island.
Abruptly, menacingly.
Abruptly. It could be menacingly, but this is why they think there's a curse, right? So
Menacingly abrupt.
yeah. And they definitely think it would be helpful if you guys could figure out what's going on.
I feel like that's why we were dropped off on the island.
Yeah.
Why didn't our ship crash?
And I want to see, because it kind
Good
of says
question.
where it is.
Ooh.
Good question.
I don't know. There better be treasure.
Where about Loam?
He buried a mox opal in the garden.
He's like, these will appreciate most valuable.
All right, so let me see if this is exactly where it is.
No, the cards.
Three. The gardener's burying the gold, bro. That's what's happening for sure.
Oh, I'm about to bury the garden.
We're gonna send my owl to go check it out.
Let me revise this a little because it's probably pertinent later. The first ship that crashed here, that first wrecked at the cloister, was called the Compass Rose, and that was like 40 years ago. There was another one that just wrecked a few days ago,
Oh, gotcha.
and that's the one that they want to investigate. The one, yes.
What's that one
Now
called?
you can also check out the Compass Rose as well. It's funny because they don't say which one, but what they say is they saw another ship wreck, but they think that the answer is likely found on the wreckage of the Compass Rose because it was the first one. So that's where they're steering you towards the old ship, the one that crashed 40 years ago.
Are they nearby?
There's a bunch of shipwrecks around the island.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they send you towards that one. Let me
So
just,
why didn't they just call it Shipwreck Island?
that's a good point. Because they decided to call this Cursed Shipwreck. All
The name
right.
of the new ship that just crashed.
I don't have one, so we're going to say that it is the SS Unlucky.
Gotcha. Okay. The unlucky.
As,
Maybe we should
Why
go
would
there
you
see if
sail
they-
on a ship called the Unlucky?
Oh my God, I know. They're
Just
well,
like
maybe
people who
It's
like-
like going on a plane called. Never mind.
like
Broken engine.
people who like the number 13 because
Right.
it's supposed to be
Right. They're like,
unlucky,
it's counterculture.
Yes, you're defying the odds, man. All right, so we're going to say this is because I think they actually give me a spot on the island where this is. They do for one of the other adventures, but not this one. All right, so it's just going to be off to the north a little bit. It's not too far away, just maybe an hour or so walking. And so the same guy, the same kobold, tells you that when to what they know, when the Compass Rose crashed, that was when the first undead started appearing. So that was when the Compass Rose crashed, everybody on board died, and then the undead started showing up. And then anytime another ship crashes, more undead show up. That's the cursed idea that they're going with. Let's see. Okay. So what I want to I'm going to show out here. Maybe I can show out a little because I got a piece of paper here. The ship is not a rectangle. However, that's how I'm going to draw it for now. There's going to be a front and a back. The front is the pointier part. And folks who know about boats, you got me. I don't. So,
Right in the comments.
I've
I'll
seen
get
a
wrong.
rectangle. I've seen a rectangular boat.
yeah.
You're good.
I mean, I have too, like what, bass boats or whatever, like rectangles. But just to give you an idea, all right, so the boat, that's the front of the boat. From front to back, it is 3, 4, 6, I get 7, I get to count 9, 16 by 5, whatever that is.
Okay.
80, we're gonna say, yeah, let's say 80. It's 80 feet from I Am King of the World to the butt of the boat.
Got it. From
There's my boat reference for you.
From
I never saw the
Rose
movie.
to the ass.
Yeah. But from what? Stern to bow to stern is, I think, the right words. And when you approach it, so actually, they give me a little more specifics. You need a rowboat to get there. There's a rowboat you can use, and it's about 2.5 miles and takes about an hour and 40 minutes to get there.
Put me in a cannon and launch me.
I was about to say, does anybody know how to steer?
It's a rowboat.
I hate boats. I had a hard time getting here.
So waves lap against the derelict ship lodged against a ridge of rocks and enormous dragon bones. A faint odor of rot wafts on the sea air, along with the sound of screeching seagulls and the roar of the surf.
Deja vu.
A tangled mess of tattered sails and riggings hangs off the starboard side of the main deck, offering one possible way to climb aboard. At the stern, you can make out a gaping hole in the hull beneath the waterline. So essentially,
Beneath the water.
because it's crashed and slightly sunk.
Just think we have to go in.
In looking at the boat, you can see that there is the main deck, and then from the main deck, in the front and back of the boat, and the bow and stern of the boat, there is a raised part, like in most boats, and that's called the upper deck. But it's only in the front and back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then underneath the main deck is a lower deck, and at the bottom is the hold. So essentially, this has 4 levels. And as with most boats, the way the narrative worked was you can get onto the main deck. So there's a spot to get to the main deck. That's not normally how you board a boat. They also mentioned that there's a gaping hole in the hull underneath the waterline. Underneath the waterline, meaning, of course, you'd have to go underwater to get in. So you guys get to pick how you go onto the boat. So, and it does say if you pull the rowboat up to the south or starboard side of the ship, you can easily tie up the little boat to the derelict's rigging and climb onto the main deck. However, you're free to explore other possibilities for getting on board because players never do what they're supposed to do.
Do you guys know
Mm.
how to swim?
For sure, my owl doesn't.
How
Yeah,
do you know for sure? Did you know that your owl could put an arrow through a zombie's head before last time?
I did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Got enough these tough spots.
Arrows fly,
Mhm.
owls
Oh,
fly.
shit.
They both fly.
And zombies don't.
Zombies don't.
This zombie. No.
Yeah.
If we have
So-
flying zombies, man.
I don't think we should swim in that hole.
You think we should try to?
I think we need to climb on top of it.
Okay.
That's my 2
So
cents.
up to the main deck?
So you said there's still rigging and
We can tie the
Yeah.
boat up to the side of the
Yeah.
big boat and
Sure.
use it to propel our.
they're called, but like the main poles that hold up the rigging.
The mast.
Masts, yes.
Yeah.
Those are all still there.
There is, the main mast is still there. I mean, I know it is because of something else on here, but I'm trying to see if it says any others are.
Can anything be viewed
No,
at
the main
top?
mast is there. So up on top, well, first off, if you guys are going up to the main deck, let me read the narrative for the
Okay.
main deck quick.
Okay.
And then right after that is your answer, if it's not already in here. So the moldering wood of the deck is slick with algae and seawater. Amid the tangle of rigging, splintered railings, and stray seaweed, you spot boots, bones, and bits of gore that seem considerably more recent than the wreck of the ship. Stairs lead to upper decks fore and aft, and doors lead into the cabins under those decks. The main mast remains intact and mostly upright, topped with a crow's nest overflowing with debris. A staircase near the mast and a large hatch on the port side both lead down into the hold.
Mhm.
So you've got, from where you are, I'll just reiterate what you can see from where you are. You've got the main mast, it goes up. There's a crow's nest up there you see. It's like overflowing with junk. There's some bits of gore on the deck that are definitely newer than 40 years ago when the ship crashed. And then both fore and aft, you can see doors that go into cabins, probably things like the captain's cabin, maybe crew cabin, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's what you can see from where you are. And the stairs that go down. Obviously, the stairs that go down are actually right next to the main mast. I don't think they specified that, but in my little map they are.
So from what we can see
Yep.
on the main decks from our vantage point, there's nothing but what you explained.
Yep.
No creatures, no nothing.
Correct.
Now we need to choose where we go down, up.
I think
Now,
if-
can we separate if need be?
You can.
We should not.
What I would say, in the interest
Mm.
of getting more done, we should not.
Yeah.
Because
we
each,
should not.
anytime we
That crow's nest was my
separate,
interest, that's why I-
Halflings by themselves.
well,
I'm just talking.
Not a
it's an
good
easy-
mix.
It's an easy,
send your owl with them.
it's an easy lasso and a
Yeah.
Or
climb up.
you could ride my owl.
well, you could climb up the mast anyway. They're designed to be climbed up.
Yeah.
So, especially with the crow's nest up there. But when you asked about separating, if everybody's there while you're going up, then
That's what
that's
I'm
not
getting at.
separating.
Yeah.
To me, it's not separate. If people
Yeah.
are going off on different tasks, that's
Yeah.
separating. And the reason that's important is the old saying, split the party. Don't
Yeah.
split the party.
Yeah.
In the interest of getting things done, the more splits there are, the less
Well-
actually gets done, because then we have to address what you're doing and nobody else is doing anything at
Yeah.
the time. If everybody does it, it usually gets done quicker.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
the
all.
cleeric. What do you think we
So
should
if
do?
you want, I mean, if you want to go up the mast, you can, but it's up to you guys.
If
what you're
Rogus
doing
wants to
next.
check out the crow's nest, he'd have a good vantage point of everything. If me and you want to go into the captain's quarters and see,
Being a cleric, is there anything you can sense or see, or is there
Um,
anything that can be asked in that
let me roll for it.
ocean?
Yeah, can I
Is
roll
that,
a religion check and see?
Is there, do you have sense evil? That's just paladin, right?
Paladins? I have. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Um,
My domain is life, so maybe I can do like a prayer and see
Maybe bless
what,
the boat before we get on it.
see what caused the death.
Well, we're on it.
Before you get even more on
After-
it. Extra on it.
So let's
Yeah.
just,
You're about to split it up. Now do you want to pray?
I assume splitting up meaning me going,
Forgiveness, not permission.
true.
So I mean, let's go ahead. Describe what it is you want to do, and then let's give it a shot.
Sure. I'll bend over one of the bodies or what's left of it.
Well, gore.
Some of the gore.
Yeah.
And
'Cause they don't specify what it is, but it's probably like guts, sinew, something, but not.
Is it
readily
just
Maybe like a
guts?
body from the knees down, still standing.
That was on the beach.
Drown.
You guys left that on the beach. Yeah. The lower half just showed up where you are now.
Well, we were resting. He's like, I'm
He
going back home.
Yeah, you couldn't climb anywhere, so it was just yeah. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Sure. I'll do I must have learned some about life and death during my studies.
You
as a
know.
0 level cleric.
Yeah.
So maybe I can take a look at the score and see if any of it was caused by anything patently evil or
Okay.
patently adversarial to my religion.
Hmm.
Something
Go for it.
related to
Yeah.
something. I'll roll and I get +2. Ooh, that's a
Ooh.
strong 4.
The strong 4. There is nothing evil screams at you. I mean, it looks like something just was eating something and didn't finish it. Maybe
Okay.
it doesn't really scream evil.
It's definitely a fucking sea monster. Bro.
Stand up. Everything's on the up and up. Al.
Definitely a kraken about to pop the fuck out.
Hopefully not at level 1.
A kraken came with one swoop, and just boom, and left the dude's feet.
Release the Kraken.
The McCracken.
I think we should go down.
Go down.
Yeah, instead of sending him up, because you're gonna go up and see what more than we already see what's
It
going
says
on.
junk in the crow nest.
There is junk in that elevated trunk,
I
Leave it
just,
to Barack.
overflowing with debris.
he just wants to find treasure up there.
Yeah.
There's no treasure in the crow's nest.
We're gonna find treasure in the hold where the cargo was kept.
Yeah, and we need to go to the captain's quarter.
Go there and check. That's all.
Is it, are you just going to do it and see if anyone stops you?
No, we're gonna move on. We got the time.
Well, it doesn't take long to do it. That's what I'm saying.
If you want, you can do
If
that.
nobody
while
stops you.
I was
Yeah, you could do
checking
it.
the body.
I would do it. Why not? See what's in the crow's nest, bro.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with
We'll
your
go with the crow's
instincts,
nest.
bro.
So as you're going up, even under your half weight, it sways like alarmingly as you're going up, but you're able to hold on. You get up there, it's about a 50-foot climb, and because it's at a little bit of an angle, you're
It's
actually
like 100 foot for half.
you're like over the water. That's half. But you're actually hanging over the water when you get to the top.
Bro.
But inside,
I'm good. I'm
But-
attached somehow.
there you go. Inside, there's actually a bunch of crap in there. And as you search through, you do find several things. You find a small gold bracelet, a gold hoop earring, 2 small gems, and a bloodstone. You should probably write that.
Do you want to take those?
Yeah, I should probably write that.
Yeah.
Bro, how did they get up there, though?
So gold bracelet.
Why did they leave them there?
You got a small gold bracelet,
Yeah.
a single gold hoop earring, and
One person.
2 small gems and 1
Or
bloodstone.
the thing that the guts are from the person that had the stuff, and the monster can fly.
And he decided, I don't need this. I just
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I,
Or ate everything but the
Jewelry,
gems and
yeah.
jewelry.
I scream up at Baracus. What'd you find?
I have a bad feeling about this,
You
bro.
and I both. It's hanging over.
Yeah.
Shit, I went, oh shit.
Just so you know, it's customary for the rogue to answer nothing.
That's exactly that's I found shit.
That's about right.
That's on point is what I was about to say before you.
We just met. Yeah.
Nailed
we
it.
just
Yeah.
met.
Okay. So easy enough. You gather nothing into your greedy little pockets.
Pockets is I have a whole bag.
Your bag. Make your way back down. At that point, that's when Delric is wrapping up his examination of the gore and determined nothing specifically evil is happening.
Okay.
And I guess, Wolfen, you're just like, why are we doing that? Why we let the halfling up?
Yeah, I have a
I'm,
bad.
I'm reacting the way I thought you were.
I got a bad feeling, man. This
Okay.
is not
All right,
good.
well, I'm on my way down. So.
All right, we're going full Star Wars. I got a bad feeling about it. I'm too old for this shit.
And I just want to climb stuff.
Almost Star Wars. I guess if you're an Ewok, there you go.
I'm not as tall as
I'm tall, and only half is furry. So where did you guys want to go next? So you've got, remember, on the main deck. So you're now on the main deck. Call it like the center, pretty much. And you've got these rooms or doors that lead into the rooms on the main deck, and then you've got the stairs that go down to the lower deck.
Are we going down, or should we try to locate the captain's quarters?
I want to get kind of wild.
Ooh.
I think I want to dive in the water and make sure there's nothing lurking around
Okay.
Now,
I
when you
think I have
say
rope.
that, do you mean on outside of the boat or inside?
outside of the boat.
Okay.
He wants to jump over the deck.
I have
just-
rope.
Yeah, like I think you should tie a rope
I
around
was
me,
about to say,
Yeah.
I'm getting my rope. We're going to tie you. Well, I don't want to tie you to the mast now that I found out.
just in case like you need to pull me up out of the water.
We could just.
I,
We're
let's
going to tie
make.
him off to the base of the mast, which is hopefully the most sturdiest part
Yeah.
of it.
Mhm, yeah.
And then just give you your
Yeah.
jump.
Before we go exploring that.
And then like I'll dive in and make sure there's nothing lurking around the boat that
Are
can.
you jumping in fully armored, or are we taking a skinny dip here?
I'm leaving my owl with y'all.
You have leather armor, right?
Yeah, I'm leather.
Yeah. So it,
Yep, I have.
it might be
Patrol him
uncomfortable and
with-
chafe a little, but
Patrol
yeah.
him above.
There you go.
Flying around the crow's nest is a cool
Yeah.
idea.
Patrol
Yeah.
him above to look down on you.
So what do I roll for here?
You are going to do a perception check because you are trying to
what
see
dice
what's
do I
going
roll
on.
here?
D20.
Yeah,
So I throw it in here, right?
if you want.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that don't look high.
It's not.
That is a 9.
All right.
Not terrible.
What do you have for a modifier for your perception? It's in this block here. It should be
I
alphabet.
have a +3.
That's
Okay,
good.
so 12. I can math.
That was good.
So you
Not a
you get a pretty good look around. The water's a little murky, but you get a pretty good look around. And outside of the boat itself, outside of the vessel, it doesn't seem like there's anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, so we're good.
And kind of you might notice a distinct lack of natural sea life, but there's algae and stuff. But you didn't see any fish or anything when you're down there.
Hmm,
They know to steer clear.
Could be.
that's interesting, man. All right. So now,
So now what you want to do?
Small fish don't play when the big fish are around.
So we pull you up and we undo the rope off of you and you go, nothing?
yeah.
Nothing.
No, all clear. It's eerily quiet, like
Mm.
eerily empty, which is
Yeah.
wild. Is there any caves or anything down there?
Not where you were. So
Okay.
pretty much right around the boat, and the boat is actually
Is it on rocks?
against rocks. Yeah. So I can
like a
kinda show
jetty?
you this a little. This is a shipwreck.
a
You don't get to
jetty.
see the whole thing, but I wanted to show you this because it shows the boat pretty much right up to the rocks.
Oh,
So you pulled up alongside
okay.
and got up in there. But
Now we need to go find the captain's room, and maybe there's some notes.
Yeah.
Why? What caused the crash?
It's like your typical classic sailboat, or not sailboat, but like a pirate ship.
yeah,
Captain's quarters should be usually right at the back of the
Yeah.
top
Mhm.
deck.
If this is where the curse came from, to the best of our knowledge,
He
Captain's
would have
quarters-
notes about it or
We could at
books
least,
of
yeah,
some
Mhm.
kind.
navigate to.
Yeah, what
from.
caused it?
What
Oh, a
was
sea
in-
monster.
He
or
might
whatever.
have record of what was in the cargo.
True.
Ooh.
All right. So let's go into the.
all right. So you've got 4 rooms, and there are 2 fore and 2 aft. Where you want to go first?
What side are we on?
Yeah, let's go to
Start.
that one, whichever one we're closest to.
Well, you guys are all. I'm treating it as you guys are at the center of the ship,
Okay, so
right? Because that's where the mast is.
So let's
It's right at
go
the
to the
center.
back first
Okay.
Back.
to start.
And as you're facing the back, right or left?
Right.
Right.
Mainly because each of these has its own little description. I just want to make sure that I give you the right info. Also, in general, while you're on the boat, the following things are relatively true. All the walls are soggy wooden walls, aged, and they have algae and barnacles on them pretty much throughout the rack.
It's been there a while.
Yeah, 40 years in this case, this specific ship. And all the doorways are 6 feet high, and the doors are in the same waterlogged condition as the walls. And That's in general throughout the boat, and then I'll have a little bit more as we go.
How
No,
solid is the floor?
did we say left or right? Sorry.
Right.
Right, okay. The floor is solid enough. It doesn't feel like you're about to fall through anywhere.
Okay.
All right, so you go into 4. All right. The door, when you try to open it, it feels like it's barricaded from the inside. Whoever went there first and just tried to open the door, just thud as soon as you try to move it. You can tell it feels like it's barricaded from the other side.
Yeah.
What you want to do about that?
So we're gonna take a spot right at a toy
Is there
story.
windows
We're
or
gonna do
anything? Is
somebody
it
hit.
just, is it a solid door? Is there windows?
It is
Not a
solid.
halfling. You're too fragile.
What do you think? What do you think, Cleric?
Blessings upon you.
We're gonna apologize to your audio equipment and everyone listening right now.
I need to find out what thaumaturgy is.
I got compression.
Do you know what thaumaturgy is?
Thaumaturgy is the thing where you can control like sounds and vibrations in the ground. It's earth-based.
Gotcha. So not very helpful here.
It's a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in general, cantrips, except for the ones that do damage, are just like utility things. So in this case, it wouldn't be something like use thaumaturgy to break the door down.
I was hoping to like
Yeah.
maybe move whatever was behind it.
No.
No.
However,
Is there a window anywhere?
there might be a strong person somewhere. Who knows? I'm just being facetious. Of course, there's a strong person here somewhere.
Is there a window that can look into this room?
No windows.
Okay.
No windows, which is something I thought was a little odd. They don't have any real mention of windows.
We gotta bust down this door.
Okay.
So I have a great sword.
Well, in general, the way D&D works is if you're trying to do something that involves brute force, it's a strength check. So in this case,
My man's
the
got a
module actually gives me a DC of a number for a strength check. So if anybody wants to bust this door down,
I can use my shield as a battering ram.
you sure
I
can.
do have +3 strength though.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Here, you take my shield.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we can try to? Is there any way that I could help him with
Yes.
battering?
And I can't remember what help was here. All right. You help one creature with a task, giving that creature advantage on the next ability check it makes for that task.
Cool.
Yep. So there you go.
Okay.
So in your helping, you get advantage on this, which means you roll 2 20s and you take the higher number.
Here, you can use one of them. Roll them.
Roll them. What you got?
18 and a 1.
Ooh, and
That's
what's
way
you have a
too
+3 for strength? So
Yeah.
you got
That's
you got a
21.
21 out of that. So not quite. I'm kidding. The door crashes open to reveal 2 drowned sailors in a cabin that must once have been luxurious. A bookcase, half collapsed, holds waterlogged and disintegrating books and scrolls. The polished wood desk leans awkwardly on 3 legs. It has an ornate compass in its center. The bed is covered in rotting bedding and sags in the middle, and a jagged hole gapes in the floor beside the bed, like something fell through the floor. Let's see.
Sounds like the captain.
Something fell through the floor, not something came up through the floor.
So that's what it looks like, yeah.
Okay.
Like it went down. So like there's no debris up.
Up,
It's
okay.
all down.
Okay. I want to make
And
that part clear.
yes,
Okay,
and
because
there
you have
are
the arm.
and there are two zombies here.
Living.
So
Or,
yes,
I mean,
yep. So well, look at this. So when you use a strength check, they are right beside the door. As soon as you bust the door open, there are 2 zombies right there.
So I'm surrounded by 2 zombies right now.
who's both there?
So question,
Surrounded.
when
You're
you-
at the doorway.
So did he bust the doors open or did he
Yeah.
just shatter them?
Will you hit the door enough that it pushed the thing behind it back, and then the door
What was
opened?
blocking the door?
That's a good question. Do they even say it? Barricaded through the inside. No, it doesn't say what. A chair. There was a chair on the other side of it.
So because my question is, when he
Yeah.
Kool-Aid Man that thing,
Yes. Oh yeah.
those doors swing and hit the zombies.
No.
So okay.
Wolfland, throw me my shield back.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 1 on door swinging.
And let's beat up the zombies quick. Because I want you guys to get another quick combat experience. So let's do some initiative. And so that means everybody roll a d20 for your initiative.
I got 1. 13.
Would you like to keep track?
Sure.
Go for it. So I'm going to do both zombies on the same turn.
I'm at
just to
9.
make it quick.
17.
Wow.
It's not bad.
And what is
I gotta look at my similar to
So what else? What
4.
What do I have to add to this?
right there?
Zombies will go last with a 4.
So I rolled 20. If the initiative is +3.
Yep.
Yeah, 20. Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so we're going to get right into it. Let's get some dice rolling and knock out a couple of zombies.
No problem. The order is going to go Baracus, Delric, Wolflim, Zombie, Zombie.
Now, in general, with the rules in D&D, you're really not going to suffer anything with your compatriots right there. You can move through their spaces. For the most part, you can attack. There's some things that are a little different, like if you're doing a cone of fire spell or something, then they might be in the way. But like for you, if you just want to use your bow or something to shoot from where you are, you don't have any real disadvantage to that.
So how far?
I like to play it
At this
simple.
point, how far am I roughly? He's busted through the
May-
door. I'd
Maybe
assume I'm standing
maybe
back.
10 feet.
So
You're
about
not
10
far.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have learned from experience that daggers to the head don't work.
Yeah.
Um,
So let me tell you, just as a mechanic thing, the way zombies work in D&D is
total damage.
you don't kill them unless you do enough damage that they can't come back. And the way that works mechanically is the damage you do over the amount is the number I have to roll or better for them to stay alive.
Understood.
So like if you hit the zombie and you brought it to say -1, then as long as I roll over a 1, the zombie is going to stay at 1 hit point. And then the next time, if you do 10 points to it, then if I roll 10 or higher, the zombie stays alive.
Wow.
Right.
Cool.
So they have fortitude. Now, the difference to that, which the cleric would know, is radiant damage will also kill a zombie.
Like my Radiant Bolt or my Guiding Bolt from last
Yeah.
time.
Any radiant damage will just flat out kill a zombie. If it goes to 0 hit points, it'll flat out kill it. But otherwise, you need a critical hit, which is a critical. You roll a 20 on the die, it's a critical hit,
So can I make a
or
change to my
enough.
roll?
How so?
How so? As in attaching a dagger to the end of it? Therefore,
do-
turning myself into Scorpion?
Cool.
Are you just looking to be able to hit the zombie with a thrown dagger and pull the dagger back? Or are you trying
Essentially,
to?
my attempt is because he's right next to the zombies, so I want to be able to give him some sort of help or advantage in the fight.
Okay.
So essentially, instead of lassoing a zombie's foot, essentially taking that dagger, throwing it, and yanking his stability out from underneath him to fall.
Okay. So you want to essentially knock a zombie prone.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
prone is a
getting him off
condition,
his
which
feet.
is why it's
Yes,
worth
getting him
it's
off his
worth
feet.
saying it that way. All right. Yeah, let's try it. What I'm going to look for there is a ranged attack. So a ranged attack uses dexterity, which means you will roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Awesome.
And this is to hit, not for damage.
Correct.
Because you're hitting to knock it prone. So if you hit, then we will let it be knocked prone.
Understood. What is that, a 7 or a 1?
7.
Plus your dexterity.
12.
And I am going to give the zombie a chance to avoid it using its dexterity, which is substantially lower. You got it. So you get the zombie, you pull him down, and this is something that's in that book if anybody wants to look at it, but I will tell you, a prone creature can only use movement to crawl unless it stands. And it has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of it. Otherwise, like if you're doing a ranged attack, it's disadvantage because it's prone, it's a smaller target. But when you're next to it, like you guys will be, you have advantage on the attack. So we're gonna say, I'm gonna make a note here. Zombie 1 is prone.
So we're within 5 feet of these zombies.
Yeah. So you got
You're welcome.
you got your action out of the way. Nice. Do you want to do any kind of movement, or you're just going to stay where you are?
You have vocal action if you want to talk.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's always free to talk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it used to be. I don't even know if they say it now, but it used to be essentially if you could say it within 6 seconds and it's allowed. But I don't even know if that's still a rule. But, it doesn't really matter. The idea is each round is about
You
6
said I'm
seconds.
about 10 feet.
You're about 10 feet. Yeah.
So I
Give or
assume
take.
it's a narrow doorway. I have these two
Yeah.
burly gentlemen standing in front of it, so I would need more advantage. So I just I'd say bring me within another 5
Get a
feet
little
so I can
closer.
see further on into the room between
Sure.
them.
Yep.
Cool.
Who's up next?
That'll be me. I will take
for it.
full
Delric.
advantage of the prone zombie. Thank you,
Yep.
Brockus.
Yeah.
And I will fully bring my mace to bear and just slam it down right onto the zombie.
Go for it.
Crack a skull.
So you have advantage on your roll.
17.
And a 15.
17 definitely
Good
hit.
roll. All
I
right.
assume you have a modifier, but yeah, it definitely hit.
One.
Yeah. So
So
you got it. What
So
damage you
it's-
got?
1d6 plus 2. 8 damage.
8 damage. Wow. Okay. Substantial. We'll do kind of what I did last time. If you picture a health bar, it just dropped about a third.
Okay.
So you crushed its shoulder and it's just laying there and its arm is like flopping even more than it was to begin with.
I sneer at it and go, try getting up now.
It will.
I know, but it definitely will. And that is
Just trying to do a handstand.
I said, ha
cartwheels back up.
That classic where you get back on your shoulders and your feet.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that Wolflin is next.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure the
So-
zombies are dead last.
So I have
Yeah.
Undead last.
God damn.
I have a great sword as well as a longbow. So in melee against a target within 5 feet of you, you can attack with your great sword. Roll 1d20 plus 3 to see if you hit. If
Yeah.
you do, the target takes 2d6 plus 1 slashing damage.
That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, that's good.
So at this
Well, it
point,
might be more than that. I thought you said your strength was a +3.
it is.
So why would it only be +1?
I don't know.
Is 2d6 plus 1 what a great sword is already?
No.
I didn't think so. Because you're supposed to be adding your strength
You
is
said
added
that,
to
so-
it. Your attack
That's-
is great sword. Oh, that's to attack. Yeah, so it's got the +3 to attack, but it should have it for damage too. Right? I mean,
Yeah, it should.
yeah, so it's +3 for damage.
Yeah, that is incorrect. I'll cross that off.
Yeah, if you want to use your pencil, turn that 1 into a 3.
Yeah.
Okay, for
No,
both.
That brown.
Yeah.
But we're not short selling.
Because your strength is added to both the attack and the damage.
Got it. So at this point, there's 2 zombies.
Mhm.
We're only focusing on one.
One
There's
on the
still
ground.
another one
Yep.
right behind me or right next to me.
Yeah, right next to
At this point. So at this point, I'm gonna draw my sword and try to take out the zombie's leg or something to kind of make
The
him.
one standing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go
So
for a leg sweep.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
I want to cut his fucking knee off.
That's what I'm saying with the
Kneecap.
sword.
But that wouldn't fly in the Karate Kid. It was sweep the leg. I want to cut his fucking knee off, just wasn't family friendly at the time.
So
Please.
1d20.
Well, you're attacking the one that's still upright.
Yeah.
So then yes, because if you were attacking the other one, you'd have advantage.
17.
So 17.
17 on the
This would be
die.
a little
Yeah.
easier to read.
17 on the die
So
plus
get used
3.
to adding the 3. Yep.
20.
Yep.
The hit.
So what I always like to hear, by the way, as the GM, DM, the roll and the modifier. So like that one, I would say 17 plus 3, 20.
Yeah. So now in this case, if I hit,
You do.
now the target takes 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
So now I roll 2.
2 of them.
You already have one?
I do not.
Excuse me.
We're gonna.
So 2 of these.
Yep.
Plus 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
5 plus 3, 8.
8 damage. Wow. So both of them have taken 8 damage, about the same amount of damage.
Third.
You are able to do a substantial amount of damage to its leg, which it like limps a little bit, but is still mostly upright.
Got it.
Cool. Their turn.
And then it's their turn. So the one that is prone is indeed going to attempt to get up, and that's all he's doing. The other one is going to attack you. Is going to try to kick you with its mangled leg.
He's gonna put on you.
Yeah. And we have, I gotta remember what the attack is
MMA fighter.
13. Does 13 hit you?
Can the chin just
What is your
shove
armor
his knife
class?
down?
My
Oh,
armor
I'd be like
class
that.
is. Sorry, hold on.
Armor class is
It's
very
where
tall.
the shield is.
14.
14. So 13 does not hit you. Okay.
Good.
So now zombie 1 is no longer prone. We go
Half
back
the
to
hand.
the
Smaller armor.
the top of the initiative.
Awesome. So I'm still, you'd say about 5 feet out of the doorway.
I mean, you can be however far away from them you want to be is really the point.
Understood.
Yeah.
Trying to think. So you said he did or did not get back up?
He did.
He did get back
He
up.
took his whole turn getting back up.
Gotcha. So at that point, let me see.
Zombies aren't what you would call fast.
No, they are not.
Not these. We can have fast zombies,
Taking
but
this
not
more or
these.
less that I'm looking at an angle, I can see the one Joey's fighting, but it's hard to
Mhm.
see the one that you're blocking.
Kinda, but
So
yeah, I mean,
as-
you can
as
stick
he
your head
gets
right
back
inside
up-
the doorway, so it's not too big of a deal.
Gotcha. So as he gets
Yeah,
back
they're within
up,
5 feet.
yeah. I feel like my damage would be less. I feel like I want to give him advantage again and try to go for the leg again.
Yeah,
Try
you
to
try it.
get right back up, get right back down.
Go for it.
You already have your dagger in the way?
Yeah, we'll do the same thing.
Right? So he
So it's a-
lassos, goes and aims for that leg.
A ranged attack, essentially, yeah. 17. This
So a 20 again.
2017 so have there
I know,
been so
right? I think
far.
we all
It's a
got one.
So
common
that's a
number.
20 again, right?
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
no, wait.
3.
It's the
3 plus 3, yeah,
dexterity
plus 3, so
modifier.
yeah,
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
So I'd like to bring him back down again.
And he almost avoided it, but not quite. He moved faster than you might
He's like,
expect.
not again.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah,
He was waiting for it this time.
he was like, "Oh no, you did!"
You weren't quick
Yeah.
enough, you know?
So now zombie one is back prone again.
So at that point, I'd like to at least be within the room now where I can.
Sure.
So like as I go to pull him because of my small size and stature
Mhm.
and the slippery deck, and I do that pull, I kind of get pulled a little bit further into
Nice.
kind of that
I
counterbalance.
like that.
So now I'd like to be in the room and see everything.
You got it. Yep. So you are now inside, and you can see kind of the description I had read out before. And I'll just recap that inside it, there's a bookcase that's half collapsed. There's a desk, and then there's the hole in the center of the room, and the bed that has moldy bed coverings on it, and what have you. And all of that is so you open the door, and right inside the door is like 10 feet wide. And that's where this is happening. And then the cabin goes in, after that 10 feet, the cabin goes another 15 feet back and is about 10 feet wide, but it follows the edge of the boat itself.
And my man's over here swinging a long sword in 10 feet.
A great
Great
Like
sword.
an expert.
It's not long, but it's great. That's what I say all the time. What are you talking about? And I think you're up.
Yep. I look at
Alright,
Baracus.
yes,
I look
yeah.
at Baracus and I go, "Thank you, lad." And I slam down on the zombie again.
Nice.
So we're just gonna all attack the same fucking zombie except me. I'm just gonna go 1-on-1 with this guy.
Oh, here's one.
Oh, both of y'all.
So now,
You're doing okay
I'm
so
more likely to hit this one.
Okay.
True.
Get him.
Oh yeah,
For
19 plus
Oh,
wow.
19, yeah.
4.
20.
That definitely hits. Let's get some damage on that guy.
1d6 plus 2. All right, 3 damage.
3 more.
You guys are gonna get fucked up by one zombie.
done any damage. So take advantage and he swings.
This hit finishes knocking off that arm that was dangling, but the zombie is still intact.
Sweet. I gotta do all the fucking work then.
Speaking of, unless
Can
you're
I?
doing something
Can
else.
I? How far is that hole on the side of the bed? Is it closest to us or is it on the other side?
Let me try and
I want to throw that zombie in that fucking hole.
I'm gonna
Yeah, we're gonna be thinking about him the whole rest of the time we're here.
I'm
That
gonna
was actually being contemplated into my next move, actually.
I really think we got to use that hole to our advantage. Heyo.
I was about to say it, but
I was about to say it.
So I'm gonna give you guys this, and then I'm gonna kind of draw in the rest of it. So you went in the door here. You're now fighting 2 zombies right here. Okay. The bed is over here. The desk is over here. Here is the hole. And then there's like the bookcases like here on the wall.
We gotta push that
But
zombie into bed.
so I'm gonna kind of fill it in. That's the hole.
Love it.
So is it close enough for me to?
Do you want to try and
Like you're
push
a
him
bit
into
of
the
a-
hole?
I want to try to. I want to try to push him in the hole.
we
So
have slippery floors.
yep. So what I would do with this is that's just going to be straight up strength, and it's going to be your strength against his strength, and let's see who
Okay.
does it. Because you have plenty of movement to get there. We're only talking about 10 feet tops.
Okay. So
You're
one
just gonna,
d
you're gonna
20.
bum rush the zombie and just
Yeah, I'm
push him into the hole.
I'm trying to eliminate one so we could fight one
What-
together.
What's Bart doing?
And we're just.
I mean, he's pretty inactive at this point.
Okay.
Bart is
Does he watch though?
I think he's still up at the.
He's on
crib
patrol,
house.
ain't he?
That
Yeah.
could be.
You have
yeah,
Up there,
patrol.
yeah,
okay.
he's still on patrol. Yeah.
Okay,
He couldn't
cool.
fit in
Because I can't really arrow in this 10-foot
No,
room.
but if the Kraken shows up,
All right. So Bart's on patrol and I'm
Could have been louder than the sneeze.
true. So 1d20, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. And what? I need to
And
write-
plus my 3 strength,
Yep,
correct?
and I'm gonna
Here we
be
go.
doing mine.
13, so 16.
Okay, yep. So you push him back, and this was the one that you already hit. So his leg doesn't hold out. As you're pushing him and he tries to resist, that leg just crumbles, it snaps at the knee, and you get him back to the hole and he falls down. He's like trying to grab as he falls, and you hear him splash in the water below.
Cool.
So he'll be a problem later.
Flash but not die. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Or maybe the other creature's gonna.
So you can guess at that point that the lower deck is at least somewhat waterlogged because it splashed
Yeah.
Yeah.
when it fell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's one zombie.
So zombie
One more to
2,
go.
I gotta make a
He's
note
gonna be the one
here.
asshole that's sitting on the treasure chest now, that zombie.
Now this.
We're gonna walk in and go. He'll go. Hey guys.
That's
Were you
too,
looking for this?
Now
That's
this
too
fucking
funny.
zombie on the floor is gonna take another turn trying to get up again.
yes.
Yep.
He is. He's gonna get, well,
Over here.
yes. He does successfully get up, and let's go to the beginning and see if we can finish this guy off.
All right, so at this point, I'm in the room with him.
Yep.
So I guess I'm tired of throwing the room. So let's go ahead and just remove that dagger out and
Yeah.
just take as big of an inward swing as I can at that kneecap to try to just take that leg off.
I was gonna say he's really aiming at the leg, but that's all you could see from here.
The level swing of that kneecap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
He's jumping up to do it. Come.
That's that dagger on a rope, and what does he do? Hack flag. No. Okay.
To get to that cat.
Nice. Parkour. Yeah, so let's roll to attack. That is a straight up melee attack.
I'm just staring at you.
Wait,
all
it's an
like,
attack. So
Yeah.
It's not a D20. No, it is a
Oh, it's still a D20, yeah.
D20 plus 5. All right.
You know,
Ouch.
what is it?
That's a total of 7 with my modifier. D20
7?
plus 5.
Here's the funny part. You almost hit.
But-
So close.
but he didn't.
No.
That floor.
Zombies are.
It's all that loot
I
you
went to
stole.
go-
He didn't tell us about holding you back.
It was their parkour.
I went to parkour.
Yeah.
Yink!
You're just trying to be too fancy.
You feel the
Um,
earring slide out of your pocket. You're like,
yeah.
oh wait, hang on. You gotta keep it.
The group hears a couple clang to the ground that were not there before.
You just made the fail reel for this one. My foot stuck. Here, I get it. There you go.
So we failed there. We're doing no damage. We've missed.
Correct.
So-
However, you have your movement. Yeah, I think that's what Joey was saying. You got movement, so you can move.
So from there, as I'm swinging, missing, obviously sliding in some sort of way, I decide to go through and get behind said zombies.
Okay.
And that's where I'd like to be.
Now, here's where something does come into play. It is kind of a rule, but essentially, if you've got something flanked, if you've got characters around a bad guy, typically everybody gets advantage on their attack. And with a rogue, you can also try the sneak attack, or you can use your sneak attack.
That's where I was
Yeah.
eventually going with, because I have
Yep.
here the sneak attack.
So then it's a cleric, right?
Yep.
Cleric?
I'll take his attention and
Over here,
yeah,
over here.
hey, just tiny. Oh, man, it's a spiral will break. I'll just take I'll take my advantage.
Okay,
with
go
the-
for it. Yeah. Lion.
A 10 and an 8.
14.
14 hit.
That's a hit. Let's do more than
Got
3 this
it.
time.
You can do it.
All right.
Right.
Did one more than 3. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Again, it knocks the health bar well below half, but it's still up.
Hey, it's a come up. It's still that one. You went
God,
up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hitting.
At this point, I'm staring at y'all like, bro.
The hell?
Yeah, like what are y'all doing? These little people just like attacking the zombie.
That's a good.
So what I'm gonna do is I want to throw my sword.
Mhm.
I want to try to throw it like a spear at the zombie and hit him right in the fucking head.
Now you can, as your character, your character would know it's less effective than holding it in your hands. Because to throw something, we'll use dexterity,
Mhm.
and the damage will not be as high either.
Understood.
So you have a less of a chance of hitting it.
So-
Plus, you won't be holding your sword anymore.
But I'm still close enough to this zombie though,
Oh
right?
gosh, yeah.
All right,
You can't be more than 20 feet away from it in this room. And
So
that's
let me
if you're
just
both
try.
standing at
I'm gonna
opposite
try to
walls.
cut the zombie's head off then.
Okay,
Let me try to do that.
let's see if you can.
All right, here we
I
go.
tell you what, if you roll a 20, you probably will. You have advantage.
You have
So you get to
advantage,
roll
2,
2
2.
dice. The other characters are there making the zombie all distracted and stuff.
Yeah, right. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Plus third.
Oh,
That is definitely not a
no.
20.
No, but I
Don't
think that's
force.
a hit.
That's a 5
A
and
4.
that's a 4.
Okay, it's 5 plus what? What is your attack modifier?
Strength, right?
Strength
Yeah, but
plus.
that's one that it says when you
Oh,
attack.
3.
3. So 8. 8 hits. 7 did not. So now you know what a zombie's armor class is.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try not to use it against you.
And now,
Now you do your damage. Yeah, 2d6 plus 3.
oh,
Ooh, high
11
roller.
plus 3, 14.
Okay, so here is where we get to see. Cut his fucking head off. So you go cut his head off, and you almost completely cut it off. But
Come
it's just
on with this dice drop.
dangling, and the zombie just kind of swaying there. It should have died. That blow should have killed it. The zombie's got some fortitude. So it wants to hit you now.
So now you, oh, okay, go ahead.
It's actually going to hit you this time.
Oh, wow.
16. That hits. No, actually not 16. 18. But your armor class
Look
was
at me.
14, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, so with this being said now, Joe was behind it as well, which means now it's turned toward me.
Not really. I mean, the way the rules work, it's flanked. That's what
Understood.
matters.
Its head's rolling off his body
Yeah.
almost. It's not really facing anywhere.
Yeah, we're
Um,
gonna do the blatant obvious here. We're gonna go for a fail swoop.
Gonna go-
Whenever tendrils is hanging on.
Right,
So
we're gonna get a
four
good
four
attack on
damage.
him.
This zombie, its shoulder has a shoulder bone sticking out because its arm was severed, and it just kind of stabs you with the shoulder bone for 4 damage.
Ow.
Sweet.
That's enough to kill one commoner.
Just kind of.
See, the zombie's attack is called a slam. It essentially hits you with its body in one way or another. So I want to treat it
He's
as
got bone.
kind of stabbed. You got bone. You got bone, bro, for 4 damage. And I think we go back to Baracus to see what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going for the sneak attack. We're going for a.
He's hanging on by a thread, literally.
Yeah, but I've got to jump to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've already got dagger out in hand. I'm taking quick
It-
advantage
yeah.
trying to go for this.
His head is like held on by the bit of his spine. That's about it.
I almost want to feel barbaric though and just kind of like jump up toward his shoulders and just
Rip his head off.
rip.
With what string?
Big things come in small packages.
All right. You use that one
I
as
use
well?
that one too,
Okay.
yeah. It's not long, but it's great. And big things come in small packages.
So, but no, I'm going to use the obvious point of a blade. I mean,
Yeah.
it's meat to blade.
Yeah.
You know,
And with your dagger, you're going to use your dexterity instead.
correct.
Because you
So,
don't want to be using your
let's
strength.
see if I can even hit him.
Oh, yes, you can. And you should have advantage on your roll, by the way.
One
Oh,
more.
I should.
So
So
roll
it's
one more.
15 and a 6.
All right.
Okay.
So 15
That hits. It's what is your modifier anyways? +3?
for dexterity plus 3.
Okay, yep.
So from there, I get to
So
roll
you hit.
damage,
Yep.
which is a d20 plus 5.
Not a D20.
No, that's a hit.
That's your attack.
D6, right?
Yeah. And then
Sneak
once
attack
you
is a
do-
D. So once per turn, when you hit a creature, dexterity based attacks, the advantage in attack roll, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage on your target if he's within 55 feet. So I get to roll for my normal attack, which is
Which you already
D20.
did. You already
Okay, so
attacked.
18.
Now you roll the damage.
So now we roll, which is
It should be
No,
right
no,
after
we
that
got
in the
it.
same
1d6
spot.
plus
D-
3.
huh?
1d6 plus 3.
That's the short bow
Oh, wait.
for the dagger. So
Dagger.
1d4. plus
1d4.
three.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so a
And you
D4,
will add that D6 as well. D4 is the pyramid caltrop dice.
the caltrop.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then I'm rolling what else? A d6.
Yep.
Yep. So you can roll them both at the same time if you want, but make sure you're adding the modifier to the D4.
So this is a 3 plus 3, so 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is 1.
7.
So 7.
Cool.
Immediately, you did it. How do you finish it off?
So, like I said before, we're gonna take a nice good basketball hoop jump,
Nice.
and we're gonna take that dagger and just sever the last tendrils of that head.
And it does. And the head falls down. And perhaps for a moment, it's kind of comical. If you're up on it, your head is now in the place where its was.
That's
And
pretty.
originally,
That's
my
pretty
original
funny.
guess was to jump up on the shoulders. So as I'm standing on top of the zombie, just look up at everyone and
I think the head should roll off down the hole as well.
It does.
Cool.
kerplunk.
It does.
Yeah.
That little.
Yeah.
For a second, you know,
That's-
it's like she as tall as him.
Yeah. For a moment, I look around the room and I realize this is
Whoa.
what it's like.
Before it splashes, you hear it thud, and the other zombie goes, "Ugh." And then,
That's hilarious.
just because I like that, I'm going to give it one more point of damage. You wanted it to
And
fall
I
down the
kind of
hole.
at that point just frog kick off the back of him
Yeah.
to send him flying,
Cool.
the body
Nice.
flying forward.
Nice.
No
line.
evidence.
Yeah, no evidence.
I like it.
Feed him to the Kraken.
So we're running a little short on time. One thing I want to do before we start up next time, I want to make the characters a little stronger. So what I want to do is on your sheet, it should tell you what to do to level up to 2.
Yeah.
Because I want to do a level up. I actually intended on doing it before we started the session and completely forgot about it. But I want to do that. So it should tell you for level 2, do this. What does yours say, Joe?
Second level feature?
Yeah.
It'll say gaining levels and hit dice and hit points.
Gaining levels
Sorry,
there.
what?
All right. So
The
yeah,
DM will
Gaining
tell you
levels.
when you reach second level and
you are reaching second level now.
When you reach the new level, you gain features below for that level. So second level feature, action surge, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take one additional action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again.
So
That means you get to
essentially,
attack twice.
for the fighter, it almost always means you're going to attack twice. Now, a second action doesn't have to be an attack, right? So, like for example, you could hit something with your sword and then try to grapple it. That's a second action, something like that.
That's cool.
And for everybody, by the way, I do maximum hit points every level. So whatever your maximum hit points are, you're just going to add that to it. And I think every character started with your maximum hit points. So
Yes.
at this point, just add that. over.
Wait, hold on. Explain to me.
So your hit point total
Is
is 9.
which is
And because I do maximum hit points at every level, that was your maximum for a level. So you're going to go to 18. And then next time it'll be 9 more, and next time it'll be 9.
So now, if mine's 12, I'd be 24.
Yeah.
I'll just cross that out and go to 18 now.
And one of the biggest reasons for this is so I feel less bad when your character gets hit.
right,
Because
you're like I know for a
yeah,
fact
I know
as
you're
strong
going to
as you
last
could
more
be.
than one hit.
Got it.
And doubling those hit points to level 2 means as we face tougher things, they won't drop you to 0 so fast. Most things are going to do, somewhere between 6 and 10 points of damage on a good hit.
I thought I was
And-
froggy now.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you got your action surge. What does a cleric do for level 2?
I got I can channel divinity, turn undead, and preserve life.
Nice.
That'd be helpful.
Turn undead can be very useful.
And I get cunning action, so I get an extra
Cunning
action to either dash, disengage, or hide
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hide.
once per turn.
Yeah.
Or once person.
Slash and hide.
Yeah, literally.
That's
Engagement.
crazy, bro.
No, per
It
your
should
turn.
say per turn, right?
Yeah.
For each of your turns in
Yes.
combat. Okay, so
Yep.
every time it comes back to me, I get an extra.
Yep.
You can attack and then hide, sneak attack, hide, sneak attack.
Well, one thing to keep an eye on there, though, is if you just attacked, you're engaged. So you want to disengage before you hide.
That's true.
Technically, you want to disengage.
Would that be a
before you
movement
hide.
action to disengage?
Can you disengage as movement? I thought it was an action.
I don't know.
I think it has to be an action to disengage. I think so.
Well, we have a long time to think about it.
We do. Maybe
Hopefully
just a
not as
week,
long as
though.
last
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully just a
Hopefully
week.
next week.
Yes.
So for-
Dragon Ball. No, never mind.
So for that one, let me just mention a couple of things. So first off, we talked about the hole in the floor.
There's a hole in
and
this. There's a hole.
When you look down in the hole, you do see the zombie down there, and you don't see the head because there's a couple of feet of water down there, but the zombie's down there just kind of shambling now. It has stood back up. It probably fell when went prone when it fell. And then just to finish this room off, I'm going to say you guys looked around. Who looked around? Who searched the room?
I feel like
Not this guy. The cleric got to do it. He's gonna steal
Yeah,
all
I'll
the
look
shit. We're
around.
not gonna know.
I didn't want
Okay.
to say it. I'll look around.
In the desk, you find a pouch with 50, that's 50 gold pieces,
I'll split that evenly because we all did equal work.
a set of cartographer's tools. Oh, that's awesome.
taking a shot at me for not splitting shit. Because you did all.
50 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
50 gold pieces, a set of cartographer's tools that might be worth something, and a dagger. So if you wanted another dagger, or if anybody else could use a dagger.
Does anyone want a dagger?
I could surely use one.
Don't try to.
I'm gonna put one back in my sheath, and I'll attach that one to my rope permanently.
Sure. Go ahead and, oh, good idea. Write it on your character sheet.
And you do recognize that the
How much gold do we have?
50 gold split among 3 waves.
The compass that is set in the desk, you do recognize it has some value to it, probably like 25 gold if somebody wanted to pry it out and take it.
Pry it out. Can I just sever the hand? Where was it at?
It's a compass that's set in the desk.
Oh, I
You would
thought
need
it
to
was
pry it
somewhere.
out. We got-
Put
No,
the
no,
hand-
no.
put the hand in my-
It's 16.6.
You know what?
I think the rest should go to me.
Yeah, you can keep.
All right,
you-
good. I'm taking your 0.6.
It's owl food.
It's out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
So
then
this
for
was
your
the
owl.
captain's quarters.
So
right?
I have 18
This
gold and
indeed-
y'all have
yeah.
16.
That's acceptable.
So that indeed, yes, it was the captain's quarter.
So I acquired a dagger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 16 gold.
And you stole a bunch of other shit that you didn't tell us about.
No, you didn't.
My owl spotted.
About.
My owl saw you steal that shit, bro.
I didn't steal shit. Nobody owned it at that point.
Cool. All right, guys. Any thoughts for this session? I know it was kind of killing more zombies, but you.
Too short.
That was way too short.
Too short. I think going forward, we need to try to have somebody cover the front for us so we can break out and
Yeah,
sprint.
like 6 in the store. Yeah.
I like that idea because then that allows any customers who are here to see us doing it,
Yep.
so that they feel maybe a little more out to do it themselves.
Could have Kyle watch the store maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Cool.
Anthony, so he feels left out.
Or Anthony.
Yeah. Well, no, he works Wednesday.
I'd like to be getting in 2-hour sessions. If we go longer, we go longer, but 2 hours I think is a good amount of time
Yeah.
to get started as
We
well
packed a
as-
lot in this hour though.
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
We
yeah.
had a lot more fun this time. I was definitely a lot more, felt more ready.
I was
You
also
were-
I felt rusty though, to be honest.
It's been a while. So,
Yeah.
We
yeah.
had a whole vacation. and
Yeah.
Multiple people
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
the floor.
Like I felt rusty at first when we were being bombarded by all the little scaly people.
Yeah.
But then once we got to the ship, it was just like, all right, let's just
Yeah.
let it go.
Let's just do it.
Now
Yeah.
we have a whole ship to explore.
Yes.
Cool. Well, yeah,
Right.
this was good. We will definitely pick it up again soon for part 3 to get through some of this. And then we're going to be going off on a different adventure, which we'll talk about separately. But for now, we're wrapping this one up and we can all say bye.
See you later, y'all.
The preceding podcast was brought to you by One Joe Young. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.